Good morning, Father Michael here. There are certainly times in our life when things get overwhelming and emotional, and when things don't go the way we thought they would. Things don't go the way we think they should go. Times when loss and heartache and disappointment and all of those things kind of dominate the storyline of our life. It happens for me more often than I really care to have happen. Young people I know overdose and die. Young people I know take their own life because they can't get a handle on their mental health issues. Women and men that I have personally encouraged or counseled or tried to teach some skills to, people that I've watched really step up and grow into the next best version of themselves. Sometimes they take a giant step backwards and they relapse, or they fall back into the same old habits. They go back to their same old destructive behaviors. Those are not easy times, let me tell you. Times when I just have to practice what I preach, walk my own talk, center myself, breathe, tap it out. Just trying to keep my own head above water so that I can continue to stay grounded and in the present moment, because that is where God resides for us. But then there are those other days, like yesterday, where people I'm working with or people I have been in conversation with, people who've been sometimes lost in their own negativity or self-pity or egotistical thinking, grandiosity, whatever you want to call it. There are times when those people suddenly and unexpectedly are singing a different song altogether. That happened for me several times yesterday. I remember being forced into treatment after a ridiculously not ready for prime times television show intervention. Oh my goodness. Whew. My family and significant other had put this whole thing together based on imaginings and very little actual knowledge of what was really going on with me. They didn't ever talk to me one-on-one. They didn't know that I had already stopped using a month before, and that I was already actively looking for a therapist to deal with some of those underlying issues, because no one bothered to talk to me to figure out what the heck is going on here. Instead, there were all those wild imaginings about what I was doing, what drugs I was using, my alleged gang affiliation, uh, and then none of that was in any way ameliorated by the local police department, who, when I went away to treatment, came up with these crazy stories about me um, manufacturing methamphetamine an hour north of here, working as a male prostitute, all kinds of stuff that just were crazy. And when I finally called them out on all of this just a year or so ago, I thanked them, actually. I said, I'm flattered that you think someone my age could still make an income as a male prostitute. I thank you for the compliment, but you are ridiculously mistaken. Despite all of that, here I am, 5 years later, no longer teaching because that became untenable and I had to walk away and take early retirement. That was a sorrowful time. And I never would have anticipated that 5 years later, I would be straight up living my best life. As a priest, as a pastor, and as someone who is actively trying to help other people get a handle on their own addictive behaviors. Chemical addiction is real. And the problem continues to grow. Fentanyl is everywhere. It's in every illegal drug that people are buying, including marijuana. People are straight up overdosing while smoking weed, which blows my mind, but there it is. And it's affecting everybody, every one of us. If there's a bright underbelly to this dark shadow of addiction in our country, it's that every one of us now knows somebody who is an alcoholic or who has a drug addiction issue. It is everybody from every walk of life. It's doctors and nurses and lawyers and bankers and teachers. It is stay-at-home moms and waitresses and students and retired people. It is rich people. It is poor people. It's kids. It's kids. And it's even kids who have kids of their own. Yesterday, while I was in my office at the end of the day, trying to get all of my clinical notes in order so I could get out of there and go home, a client knocked on my door and came in and said he just wanted to shake my hand and to thank me for being real, for being the first person that he has met in recovery who he feels does not judge him, who can drop the F-bomb like he does and just tell it like it is. That meant a great deal to me yesterday, because I've been kind of under a little cloud the last week, having lost 5 young people that I knew, some of them quite well, to overdose, and 1 suicide. So for me, this guy that I had just met became a little token of love for me from God, from the universe, however you want to put it. an unexpected song for me. And I got kind of choked up. And I thanked him for listening and encouraged him, brother, just keep doing this shit, because treatment is the easy part. The hard part comes later. But you got this. You can do this. And as I left the building yesterday, in the cold rain, I realized something kind of important, I think. I realized that not only had he been an unexpected song for me, but that I was unknowingly, unwittingly, but completely willing to be an unexpected song of grace for him. I don't know what the future is for him or anybody else. I don't know what the future is for me. But in that moment yesterday, everything made sense. All of the craziness in my past had a purpose. And I was able to sleep like a little child last night for the first time in over a week. There's a great Andrew Lloyd Webber song called Unexpected Song. I'll put it on the website after I finish this. Reminds me of Proverbs chapter 19, verse 21. Human beings come up with all kinds of clever plans that they devise, but it is the purpose of our God that will be established. In other words, keep your ears open. There might just be an unexpected song for you. You just need to listen for it. Pray with me. God of the present moment, come into our hearts today. Fill us with the melody of your love. Help us to look deep within ourselves and to celebrate the evidence that resides there, evidence of your abiding presence, your amazing grace, and of the blessings that have brought us to this moment. Open our ears today to hear the music of love that you are sending to us. That whatever we are going through right now, we can have confidence that you are with us. You are singing a song written just for us, and that everything is going to be not only okay, but amazingly great. And as we listen to this inner divine melody, help us also to be grateful for the fact that we are ourselves an echo of a melody that you are sending out to someone else. Help us to put aside our egos, our narrow way of seeing the world, and to simply rest in the knowledge that we are your divine instruments, that you've got us all wrapped in your unexpected song of love. For all of it. The diminished fifths and the augmented sevenths and the chaotic atonal qualities of this melody of our lives. We thank you. Amen. Listen to the music today. Be the music.